What's up, everybody out there on YouTube? Bryce and Michael RC here. Today I'm going to be doing a part 2 on make your own DIY dentures. And as you can see, I've got just about everything you can get on Amazon because I wanted to see what is the best option. Currently I'm wearing one of them, so I'll get to that in a second. And it is the best one that you can invest your money into. And I would tell you guys, everybody out there, to get this product and don't get any of this. Just save up your money. Don't go the cheap route. We've got anywhere from $35 to $85 a set here on the table, basically. And the ones that I have in my mouth currently are $200 per plate. And I'll get into that here in a second. But I showed you guys the Denture Way ones on the first video. It's kind of showing those and told you guys how much I really liked them. It was the first one that I got. It worked. It did its job, did what it's supposed to do. It was about $85 for the entire set. Came with quite a bit of 3 different types of color of gums. And that one I was really impressed by because, as you can see, there are gum colors like this that just are not right. They're not natural. So having 3 different pairs, so if you have darker gums or lighter gums, you can always match up, was amazing. But all this here is short term. And I will preference this video by saying, if you're thinking about doing something like this, you better be damn sure that you are confident in being a maker, because this right here is basically art. I mean, it takes time, it takes dedication. You have to do it slowly. You have to do it multiple times over and over again to get it right, or else you're just going to mess up. And I'm going to show you just by like the difference in the different styles of teeth that it comes with, what can happen if you get the wrong kind and if you're not good at doing this. Also, if you get the wrong type of gum material, because they sell all sorts of different ones. Also, the wrong type of catalyst. There's so many different things that you can get that it makes it super hard. Now, right now, most dental companies, most insurance only give you like $2,000. So you don't really have much to spend. So if you're wanting to go get a full denture set, I mean, if you go professionally, it's about $1,500 per plate, $1,500 to $2,000 per plate. And then all the rest of the work that you have to get done, it can be anywhere from like $3,000 to $7,500 is, I went to like 20 different places, and that was what it was going to cost between, and it has to be paid for on that day, like before it's done. So either save up and do that professionally, or you can go with a cheaper route and just get your teeth pulled or something like that if that's what you're needing to do. You guys can go back. I'll go ahead and at the very end of this, I'll put where you can click on the video and go to video 1, and I explain the whole thing that happened to me. That was the reason why I had to get all of mine pulled. But I didn't have the money to go get it all professionally done, and I thought this would be a really good option. We're going to just dive into this. If you're not good, I'm just saying, don't get frustrated, because this is something that this is a product that you have to make on your own. And you can read all the reviews on Amazon. There's a lot of people who are frustrated by it, who think it sucks. Even the ones that I'm wearing right now, people think it sucks and it's this and that, and they have really bad comments and stuff on it. This is all stuff that you have to put in some of your own time and effort into, and it's not going to be super easy. Not even the ones that I'm wearing right now. None of them are super easy. In fact, on easy to hard, it would be, for me, and I'm a maker who's made a lot of stuff. I do 3D printing, I build helmets, I do all sorts of stuff. So I work with my hands constantly, and for me it was hard. So if you're not somebody who works with your hands and builds things and creates things, this is going to be very difficult for you. Very difficult. But hopefully this video can give you a little bit better idea of what you want to get into if you want to take the DIY route. Let's just start off with the types. I just want to make a few little suggestions just so you guys don't waste your money. So I want to show you this real quick. This is from a $65 set here. It comes with an already molded upper and bottom, which are not going to match yours at all because nobody's matches. It's like a fingerprint. And then it comes with a whole slew of these little plastic things here that actually make it easier to build. But they are the complete wrong color. And when you put them in your mouth, that just looks like bright pink, and it sucks. The gums, when you get them hot, they stay super movable for a long period of time, even after they cool down. And you can eat just slightly warm food, and it'll cause it to become mushy again. So it's like, it's way too easy to get into like a malleable, moldable form. So this, I wouldn't recommend this at all. It's probably one of your cheaper options. I haven't got any cheaper than this. Don't get that. And that is the same as this one here. I made these ones together. This one, I actually took a bottom part from the denture way. I had one left, and I tried to mix the colors together to get a better color gradation, and I used a different set of teeth that were a little bit more natural looking instead of, if you get too pearly white, they almost look cartoonish. So I was trying to match that up and make it look a little bit better, but that material is just, it's just garbage. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So definitely on this one, do not get this one if you're wanting to make your own. It's going to make life difficult. It's going to get everywhere. This also sticks to any other plastic that you use, and it sticks to your pan too. So it was a mess making these. That's what we'll do. We'll do do's and don'ts basically. This here, this is the wax, and it always says wax. Do not buy the wax. I mean, it's kind of hard to mess with. It's actually meant to make a mold. So you can actually get this wax and make your tops and then get the wax made on it. And then you can use this wax and you actually use plastic to fill into this wax. And I just lost the front two teeth on it. It's not meant to wear. You're not meant to wear the wax. So don't waste your money on that. I got it just to kind of see what it would do and see if it was easy to work with and see if you could wear it. Because there was a lot of sets that came with the wax, and the wax is stupid. Don't get the wax. If you're doing a DIY denture set, don't get the wax unless you have the full like production stuff to actually make the full thing professionally, because that's what the wax is for. A couple good ones are, this is like 1 and 2 of decent ones that you guys can get in there that are cheap. This was I think $85 for the denture way set. I think it's over $100 now. The Jesse dent was just slightly under it. $10 to $20 less than that. Denture Way gives you 3 different sets of gums, like I said, so you can color match. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I found. The plastic that they give you isn't like this or in sheets or anything. It's actually the shape of the upper and the shape of the lower. So you can basically take it and just lay the sheet over the top and start molding it down. It also isn't nearly as pliable. So you get really, really hot, it becomes like kind of translucent, and then you start working with it, and then it hardens super quick, and you get it hot again. But that way you can work in little tiny tidbits rather than having it all mushy and getting all over the place. So it makes it, to me, it makes it a little bit easier to mold and to deal with. And I don't know which ones of these are which, honestly, because by the time I got the Denture Way, I ordered the Jesse to get a little bit more stuff, and I kind of just mixed them together. So I don't know. These are all from the same thing. I don't know which is which. So Denture Way comes with tons of these different sizes, a bunch of different ones of these, a bunch of different sets of teeth, like all sorts of stuff. It's actually really good. They're all on wire like this. Another thing that you shouldn't do is get any set that has teeth like this that aren't on a wire, that are individual. Because one thing that I recommend is whenever you're making them with this stuff onto a mold first, and then you'll get it all set perfectly. And then what you want to do is run hot water over it just to get it kind of a little malleable. Then you want to stick it up into your mouth and get a perfect fit. And if you do that and they're not on a wire, connected on a wire like this, and they're like this, all the teeth are going to spread out and just go everywhere, and you're gonna have to refix everything, and it sucks really bad. These are good for if you have like one tooth break off and you want to fix it or something. That's what these are good for, but you have to get it matched perfectly. Don't build them out of these. So don't buy these, don't buy this or these, and don't buy the wax. Denture Way and Jesse, if you want to, that's the best ones that you can get for the under $100 sets. Those are the ones that you want to stay with. But bad. This I wore for probably about 4 or 5 months up till I got these new ones in. And you can see just how they're kind of more natural looking. They're not super straight. You can only get the gum so good because you need to put a certain amount of gum around the tooth to get it to hold. I had like several other pair that I've made. I mean, I've made so many pair now, and I'd wear them. I had this perfect pair that I was wearing for a long time, and then I bit down into some chocolate and the whole front tooth like flipped out. I tried to fix it and I messed the whole thing up. As you can see with all these, none of them now are the original color that they were. So it kind of shows through time as you're cleaning them and stuff. And this has this weird, like, starts getting this weird powder thing on it. But I had it in some water and you couldn't even see any of that. But it's all brown and dirty looking now, like in all these different colors. It's like as I was washing and cleaning throughout the months, that plastic just started to harden and started to kind of fall apart in certain areas and started to get this like weird film and just lost all of its color. It's like the color just came out in the water or something. I don't know. But this one and this one are both, you can see where I patched it there. But the coloring has just turned brown. So these are good for like 2 months if you're a smoker, and then like probably about 4 or 5 months if you're not a smoker. And then you're going to have to remake them basically every 4 to 5 months. But for as cheap as they are and for as much as they give you, you can make, I think you can make 4 pairs of uppers and 4 pairs of lowers in the denture way, and then 2 of each in the Jesse dent. So you have backups. You'll have backups, and you'll get good at it. After making several of them, you'll get really good at it, and you'll have them exactly how you want. Like you can tell, this is one of the early sets, and I actually this used to be my favorite pair because there was no space in between here, and this one was actually perfect at one point. And then I had to do so many repairs, and it started turning colors that I just came over to this one. You can see how the back teeth kind of stick out a little bit. I could never get this one perfect. It was always kind of crooked. And then I made this one. This one fit the best. So until I got the new pair. But you can tell that they don't look the greatest, but you get away with it. I mean, there's nobody out there said anything about suspecting anything. And I even asked a lot of different people. And they told me that you couldn't tell. That's good, I guess. These I'm not even going to talk about. They're just kind of the first ones that I made that were lowers. My lowers were just recently done, so I've had a lot less practice with the lowers than I've had with the uppers. So I would recommend the Denture Way or the Jesse Dent if you don't have 100 up to go with. Very, very simple. You just put the aggregate and mix together. You put it inside of this little mouthpiece thing. You bite down on it. You wait like 30 seconds, and then you have that. And then it comes with a powder that creates this mold. It's actually yellow. This one I got as a separate cast thing because I got my own casting material. But you put that in here, wait for it to set, and then you have this nice little cast of your gums. And then you just build this over the top. Blah, blah, blah. And then before you stick it in, you put some heat on it. That way you can get this kind of molded perfectly to your mouth. And you can see how that doesn't even fit down perfectly on the mold because it's actually fit perfectly in my mouth rather than the mold. So I don't think any of these actually fit on here. The one good thing about that one does. The one good thing about doing it yourself is if you just recently got them done, your gums are sensitive. So you can see how mine's cut out there and kind of comes back a little here. Most of them will be like that because it doesn't stretch well. You can cut them the length you want them on the inside so you're not like gagging yourself at any point. And you can make it a little bit more comfortable because my fronts can actually come up a little bit more and over this little ridge here. And because mine were so sensitive for a long time, these ones I really rounded that out and made them more comfortable. And it was a lot easier to go in and constantly make adjustments. I've heard a lot of horror stories from people who actually went and got multi-$1,000 professional dentures only to have them pinch like crazy and have to deal with it until they can make another schedule and go back and get them fixed, and constantly having to rely on the dentist to go back and get them fixed. If mine pinch in an area, and your gums are constantly changing, so they're always shrinking and stuff, so you're always going to have to go back and get new plates, spend more money. And once you're on professional dentures, you're a professional denture buyer for the dentist for life, and you're constantly going back and spending more money on more dentures until your teeth kind of settle. And then even that, if you're younger, even after that, they still shrink to a certain point. But the cool thing with these is you can go in and adjust them yourself until they're comfortable. Not only that, but like if you can get a professional, I always say, because I'm going to get a professional set eventually. I'm going to go now. Now that I've got the ones that I really like, I'm actually going to start working my way up and I'm going to go to affordable dentures. I'm going to go to this one place that we have in Ponca City that's kind of like affordable dentures. And then I'm going to go get a professional one. That way I can see and kind of just make a comparison all the way from like $35 teeth set all the way up to the professional and kind of show you guys how things are. One of the good things is the ones that I have in right now, I'm not used to the way that they fit. So while getting used to them, I was able to take these ones and pop them back in and kind of wear them at nighttime because they're smaller. And I'll show you here in a second. They're way smaller. And it would actually feel more comfortable at night so I could sleep better. And then so I had like a sleep set and another set. And it was actually really, really nice to have. So this is going to be a long informational video for you guys. So I just don't want you guys wasting money on something that you don't need or that you're going to be really bad at. I really don't want you guys wasting money. I hate when people waste money on stuff, or if you haven't planned out that you're going to go get your teeth pulled and all of a sudden you realize you can't make these teeth and you're terrible at it, and then suddenly you're just without anything. Like, I don't want that to happen either. So get you a friend, get you somebody and have somebody help you if you're not any good. But it is a decent option. Only Denture Way or Jesse Dent. Don't go with anything else. Don't go with anything else. I'm telling you, nothing else. Only those two brands. Just saying that. If you're going to go this type of DIY way. Now, I'm going to get into the meat and bones of things. And when I show you these, I'm going to show you a video up at the side of me smiling so you guys can actually see them see what they look like. I'm not going to show you these because I don't want to put those in, and I haven't washed any of these in a while. I mean, I washed them when I took them out, and then I stored them. So I don't think they're any dirtier than any other piece of plastic. I'm pretty sure my phone's dirtier than these are. I just don't want to place them in my mouth. This one's kind of going off to the side because I got something special about that one. The ones that are inside my mouth, I'm going to play a video showing them in my teeth so you guys can see just how good they look. They look really good. These ones are $200 a plate, so they're $400. Still so much cheaper than dentures, professional dentures. And I would suggest anybody in their right mind, 100% save up your money and go do the $200 a plate thing. Do it. Like, you will not be satisfied with these as much as you will be satisfied with the $200 sets, or the $400 set, basically. So it's going to start sounding weird, but these are the ones that I wear right now, and you can see comparatively just how much better those look than there. This is my best set here than those. See how much straighter, how much more of the teeth you can see, and they're big. They look beautiful. I'll put up in the video over here showing me smiling with them so you guys can see them in. They look like real gums. They're moved around. So these here, $200 a plate. Down here, right here. So the teeth and the lower part of the gums are already pre-made. So you don't have to mess with the teeth with the wire. Bad thing about these is sometimes they'll move around and they'll get mixed up. And like, that's why I had these ones are kind of sticking outwards, you know, or these kind of move towards the middle, these middle teeth. These ones are perfect. You don't have to worry about them moving at all. They have the top part of the gum already made. They go all the way around on the inside and outside. Same with these bottoms. You can see the plastic, the gum-colored, actual gum-colored plastic. Gum-colored plastic. And these are they need to be cleaned up a little bit. Got a little bit coming up there that I got to get to. I just took them out. Anyways. And these, what you do is they come with a ton, and I'll show another video, if that one's still playing, I'll show it underneath. These come with a ton on it. Like, I mean, there is a bunch of this plastic material. So much so that when I made this bottom, I took off so much plastic to it that I made a whole nother bottom with an extra pair of these teeth, just so I could have a backup set. That was a good gum color, just in case. Like, that's how much extra plastic they come with. So what I did first off, and the directions are, you heat up your water to a boil, and then you place one plate in, give it 30 seconds, and then the thermoplastic becomes malleable, and you stick it up into your mouth and you mold it in a form, and then that's it. That's the directions. But that shouldn't be the directions. What you should do is you should go in, put it in get it boiling, and then put this in until it's about 30 seconds. And then what I did is on the sides, because they're super thick, I went and smashed the side all in around. And then the middle part, I smashed all in and got it as thin as I wanted it to be. Because if you've ever had anything in your mouth, you'll know you can tell anything in your mouth, 100%. So what I did is I went through and smashed all that, and then I cut off all the excess, put it in a bag, and then I redid the process and put it in. And I was still like cutting with an X-Acto knife to get them a perfect fit, putting all the different parts in it that match up with your mouth and stuff, and then getting it hot, blah, 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 back and forth, and then putting it in until I got a perfect fit. That's kind of how I did that. Bottom ones just got done, so they're ultra sensitive on the inside. And in fact, you can see it's a whole different color on the inside than these ones are. That's because I think that they've bled a couple times on the inside of this, so it's kind of stained the plastic. But you can see that I originally have an overbite. My original teeth were like that bad. And since they're like that, in order to get them to match up, you can see how much further those ones go forward. And where my loop is, you can even see the inside of the plastic where the teeth would be right here in the middle. But you just keep working with it until it gets comfortable. And I'll get this all better cleaned up later. You can see how, like, on this side it has this weird, that's because there was a tooth that was kind of like sticking out more than the other ones. And when they took it out, it left this big bump. And so I'm having to be sensitive around that area. But that's about it. That's about it on those ones. So, I don't know, they work perfectly. They're probably the best ones, and I would suggest that anybody out there that wants to make your own, that want to go on a cheaper route, this is the way that you do it. It's going to save you so much time, so much effort. It's going to be so much better for you. Just save the money if you have to. In fact, what they need to do is get these available somehow via your insurance. If some dentists would sell these as a cheaper alternative, and be able to use your insurance on it and stuff, I mean, that'd be the best way to go. Because then you could get them. I think a lot of insurances are 80-20. So 80% of $200 is what? They'd pay $160. So you'd pay $40 a plate would be perfect. Most are 80-20. Some of them are like 70-30. It just kind of depends on your insurance. But I wouldn't do any of these or waste your money on any of these unless you can't do the $200 a plate. And then only go to Denture Way. And if you can't afford the $85 or $85 to $100 on Denture Way, go to Jesse Dent, which is, I think, between $60 and $70. Like, anything under that is not worth it unless you're really, really good and you're planning on spending a lot of time. But I'm pretty good at making stuff, and these took me forever. So, and you get all that extra gum. So I'm going to keep these together. So if the original ones start turning into type of colors or something, I'm going to start. I'll start taking it off from this and redoing it and stuff. But it's pretty good stuff. So, anyways, hopefully that video helps you guys out. If somebody's out there making a decision, I'd hate to see anybody waste a ton of money or waste money that you don't have. By buying stupid products that you're not going to be any good at. And like I said, only if you're really good with your hands and you're making a lot of stuff all the time and you're really good at making stuff, that's the only way you should go with these type of things. Other than that, you just stay away from them. Just save up the money and get the more expensive ones, or go professional. Those are the only real two routes, the only real two options that anybody should really have. If you just got yours done, these right here are a really good product to put into your dentures so that you can eat and chew down. They have it's like this little piece of paper that you wet and it sticks in there, and it helps you create like an adhesive bond, and it seals it from food getting inside of it and stuff. Plus it adds a little, it's a hard plastic. Like it's a hard plastic. So you're putting those tender spots right on the hard plastic, and this gives you a little bit of extra cushion so it doesn't hurt nearly as bad. So if you're looking at something, if you just got it done, you're looking at something to make life a little easier on you, those right there. So when I first get it done, I put these inside of it and then just move on to some type of glue or something just to extra hold. But anyways, my name is Bryce Michael RC. See you guys later. Have a good one.